Yummy, 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 yummy. Avocado toast with bacon made from coconut. Can I have a bit of hot sauce on mine? Just a little dashes. Locally made bread, best bread in town.
Best bread in the county.
Hello, Dreamboat.
Yeah.
Hello, Dreamboat.
Hello, lovely.
Hello. It is now about 1 o'clock and I'm at my desk ready to paint 3 loaves of bread. I'm hoping to get 3 done because then I'll be back on schedule. So I just edited and uploaded Vlogmas. I started attempting to answer comments on my Patreon page, but couldn't answer all of the comments because I just need to be working right now. And I'm really sorry that I'm not able to get back to all of you every time because people are writing such lovely things and I'm reading them all and loving hearing from you in a more kind of personal and friendly setting than in the YouTube comments. So thank you for all of your lovely comments and inputs, and I love hearing about your lives. I just think it's so cool to hear where you live around the world and about your pets and things like that. So keep sending me comments because it really cheers me up. So I'm now working on a 7-grain loaf, just double checking in both of the briefs that there aren't any edits. I think this is one of the ones that doesn't have any edits to do. True. So pretty straightforward. And spent quite a while browsing Audible to look for a new audiobook. I have put a fair few in my wish list, but I'm very indecisive about audiobooks. So if you have any suggestions for really engrossing and interesting and I can't think of the word, I want to say like escapism kind of fiction, then I'd really love to hear about that. I quite like fiction that focuses on another culture. For example, I'm listening to Do Not Say We Have Nothing. I can't remember the name of the author, it's not there on my screen right now. It's about a Chinese family and about their family tree and stuff like that. So I'm not very far into the book yet, but I'm finding it really interesting to learn about a different culture. And I also finished reading Americana by Chimamanda. I can't pronounce those names, but it was about Nigeria and a lady who emigrated from Nigeria to America and the differences that she noticed in culture and how she ended up just yearning to go home. And I found that very interesting. I really enjoyed that book. Yeah, I've listened to quite a lot this year, but not a lot of it has wowed me. I've read a couple of books by Jeanette Winterson and she's one of my favourite authors, I think. I love the way she writes. And also, what else did I really like? I like Hannah Kent. I read Burial Rites, which is set in Iceland, and that was really interesting. Yeah, so that kind of gives you an idea of the types of books that I like to read. Let me know what your favourite reads of the year have been, especially if they are audiobooks, because it means I can listen to them as well, because I don't really have much time at the moment to pick up books. But I do plan to do that over the Christmas break.
Sparrow asked his mother how the blind musicians, swaying forward like a rope in the dust, could hide themselves when the warplanes came.
Hey, my sweet husband.
Hey. I just bought you some things to keep you going through the week. So so you don't have to do a dinner, you can just make a pizza and put it in the oven.
Yum, 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 yum.
Instead of having lunch tomorrow, you could just eat the no turkey sandwich.
Show me that again. Oh my god.
Just little things, you know?
Turkey sandwich.
The no turkey feast.
The no turkey feast.
The vegan stone baked hand stretched vegetable feast pizza. I just tried to make it a bit easier for your ass. Vegan pieces.
What are these? You went into Marks and Spencer's?
I nipped in there because
oh my god.
potatoes are really cheap in there at the moment, so I just got some.
So these are our Christmas canapes.
These are our Christmas pieces.
Ooh, look at these boys.
Yeah, holler at them. What do you think?
vegan jackfruit tacos? Oh
Yeah,
my god.
There was nothing in Marks and Spencer's for us though.
They have mini burgers, vegan burgers in Marks and Spencer's, but it must not be our little
Marks
one.
and Spencer's,
No.
it was fucking pork onslaught.
Yeah. So Craig,
Yeah.
I'm going to leave the camera with you downstairs because I'm just painting. So maybe you'd like to show a little bit of step-by-step of making this vegan chowder.
Okay.
So Craig's going to be making this seafood chowder. He's going to explain why. You got lots of fake seafood from an Asian supermarket, didn't you?
Wing Yip's finest.
Yeah. So all I will say is try and make it concise when you're talking about these things, but just show the ingredients, just show a little bit of the process, and that, I think that would be interesting because I personally have never seen a vegan clam chowder being made.
Well, I was inspired when I went to Boston the other week.
Oh.
We'll shake hands. This is awkward. Okay, so we're making some heat. Steps so far are in the oven. Make sure you get a nice amount of mushrooms and some potatoes, and we're going to bake them all at the same time. So excuse that, but you've got the mushrooms baking in there. They've got some Old Bay on them just to keep them sweet and nice. And we've got some potatoes in there as well. Now I've just quartered them and put them in there with some oil and some thyme, and we're just roasting all them together. So they're going to be sweet. In here we've got 1 carrot, 1 onion and 2 sticks of celery, some garlic and some cayenne pepper. Just doing some saute shit with that right there. Then over here we've got some soaky on those cashews, about 120 grams worth. And there's 450 millilitres of water in there. I'm going to blend that up with that in a minute. And these are the multi-step tasks that I'm doing at the moment. So when Holly says, oh, you can't do more than one thing at once. Yeah, I can. I can properly do more than one thing at once. Just look at mango. Okay, so to the pot, I've added 40 grams worth of arrowroot flour. And that's made it all dry and sticky. And then poured in about, well, just that little bottle of wine right there, really. So I've poured that in. Now it's just doing that. So I'm going to bring that up to a little simmer. And in the meanwhile, I'm going to blend up those cashews now because they've been soaking for about 20 minutes. So let's make good of that. About 200 mils of soya, unsweetened soy milk. I've kind of used oat milk because I couldn't find soya, but it's got no sweetening in it, so that's fine. And then the cashews, so it's 450 mils of water. And loads of the cashews got blended up, all of that got added in, and now it's just going to come to a simmer again. And then I'm going to get the potatoes and the mushrooms out of the oven roasting. I'll turn it down a bit because the mushrooms are kind of done, but the potatoes weren't, because our oven is terrible. And then what we're going to do is tidy up because I've made a genuine mess, and then hopefully we should simmer it off and it should come to some sort of fruition. Like, it should be actually tasty. Should be tasty. And if it's not, Laura and Toyota, we're coming for you. So I've added the mushrooms in. I left the potatoes out because they're still cooking. Our oven's terrible. But in there I've put all the cashew and all that stuff went in there earlier, so we've just bubbled that off a little bit. The mushrooms are in there, and then I've put loads of chopped dill, loads of chopped flat leaf parsley, and then some nori seaweed. I've chopped up loads of that as well. So that's now all in there, just making a flavour. I'm going to wait until I just put the potatoes in there just to test it a little bait, and then I've got these little guys over here, just defrosted them real quick. They're kind of, well, I forgot to take them out earlier. They're kind of like whitebait, like little white fish. So I'm just going to fry them off. So hopefully that will add this kind of like little texture of like fish being in there. There it is, the finished piece. This is a nice winter food.
So warming as well. It's 11 PM and I just finished my first bread illustration of the day. It took ages. Bread takes ages, but I'm happy with it. And I'm about to start a new one. A smaller one, so maybe it will take less time. I'll show you what I've done. Here is the loaf that I did. 7 grain loaf or something like that. And now I'm going to start on this one, which is a bit smaller. I have some evening snacks. Good morning. I didn't end up signing off the vlog last night. Actually, it was this morning. I was just so exhausted. and I still am, but we power on. So I went to bed at the latest, or the earliest I have in a long time. It was about 4:30. I tried my very hardest to try to get ahead of schedule. Didn't really work out, but hopefully today I might be able to try again and try again. Last night or this morning finished this loaf and started this little bread roll here. Really happy with how they're going. Plenty of detail, and I'm hoping that the client loves them. I've got 1 hour left of my audiobook. So yesterday I pretty much listened to an entire audiobook. I'm listening to The Tattooist of Auschwitz, which, as you can imagine, is quite a depressing read. I don't know if I think the writing style is completely for me, but the storyline is gripping, of course, because it's a true story and it's just incredible and devastating what happened, obviously. So yeah, I'm about an hour away from finishing that. Don't know what to start on next. I don't know how much talking I'm going to do today. My brain is not there, but hopefully my painting hand is. That's all that matters. I'm just a hand with a paintbrush this week.
A young officer challenges him. "Where are you going?" Who catches up to him and hands him food and a thermos. It's just a sandwich the wife made. It takes him 4 days of walking, interspersed with occasional rides in horse-drawn carriages.
Good afternoon. It's now 4:30. Just got back from a dog walk, which was very much needed. My legs are aching because they're not moving enough, so it was nice to just get out and stretch them a bit. I've started a new audiobook. I've started The Mars Room, which is a new book. I just thought the blurb sounded really good. It's about and it's got quite good reviews actually. It's about American prison, female American prison. So I think it's quite depressing and quite gritty, but interesting, and I'm liking it a lot so far. It is 1 AM in 5 minutes time, and I've just finished my second bread loaf of the day. So you saw me working on those 3 buns earlier, and now I've finished the sourdough loaf. Let me show you. This one was tricky because I've gotten quite used to painting a lot of seeds, and this one is just mostly flour on bread, so painting flour is harder than you would think it would be, but I'm happy with it, and I'm glad to have got it done in, well, not really reasonable time, but before 4 AM, which is quite nice. I'm gonna go to bed. Hopefully I will be able to edit this tomorrow and put it out. If not, it might just attach to another day. Yeah, filming's not a problem, it's the editing, but we shall see. Good night.